Good morning. I have done the human bodily function stuff. I am almost completely dressed. If you thought this was going to be a typical people who have their shit together con vlog, you are wrong. Hello, it is 10 a.m. I am in the parking lot of a Burger King because breakfast. I did not have it. All I had was this mug with my Red Bull concoction in it, which is not a real food. I wanted to talk a little bit about how I go about doing LARPs these days. One, I'm way too busy. I make more money working on LARPs as a sensitivity reader than I do playing them or staffing them. So I'm a lot more selective about my time. And I treat like going to a LARP like a marathon plus a drug-fueled binge. Why specifically that combo? 1, pace yourself. 2, prepare yourself for the aftermath. And I think it's one of those things that it's like really easy to like, oh yeah, but like no sleep is bad for you. People have gotten into accidents and died on their way home from LARP because they chose not to sleep. And there's also the whole fact that I'm old and my body hurts. And for me, sleep is one of the most important things. So if I'm not gonna sleep a ton, I gotta make it restorative. Now, Intercon's in a hotel, so I don't have to worry about bringing bedding or anything like that. I will definitely go with you through my like camping LARP setup for like how I sleep like a princess, even when I'm only sleeping for a short period of time, because comfort means that your body gets deeper, better sleep. My food is here, I have to go. Hello, we're in the hotel room and it is swanky. Hold on, look. So, you walk in, we say hello. Hello! We have this bathroom. First of all, it's got a makeup mirror light over here, which is great, because I forgot mine. Lots of mirrors. I'm going to be utilizing the heck out of that. Ooh, oh yes. Okay, my butt right here on this counter, in that mirror, in this mirror. Oh, or this mirror. Lots of that. We have a sink here. Now, we don't have a bathtub, but we do have a large shower. With some really cool, like, sliding glass doors. The toilet, and there's like all the towels and stuff behind the door. Let's turn off some of these lights. We've got a closet, extra bedding, bag I always steal, safe that isn't really a real safe, don't use it. And an iron and an ironing board, as you always do. I still have to get my stuff from my car. I only brought like 2 bags in, and like I need to go grocery shopping and stuff. But here's this. We've got, now I'm in a king size because this is just me. Especially at a really social con like this one, I'm gonna turn off the TV. That one. But yes, here we go. A little overlay, a little work, a little chair. I love that chair. If they had it in red, it would be mine. And lights. I do wonder who's in the connecting room, because if I know them, that'd be great. I'm on the first floor, so that just looks out into a parking lot, I think. But Keurig, ice, but more importantly, a refrigerator. This is where you keep your snacks, where I will be keeping my snacks. And just some drawers, an extra bench. The TV is very big. I don't have any plans on turning it on though. But this is the room. Also, there's one more mirror. There's this one. But like, overall, it is a very, very nice room. It's got a thermostat. Right now it's set to the nice temperature. And so yeah, I'm gonna go get the rest of my stuff out of my car, come back, maybe take a second, decompress, look at a map, figure out what's in the area. I want to go grocery shopping for things like bread and banana and other snacky things, because even though Intercon has a deal with the convention for food and there's no extra food or drinks, I'm also a cheapskate, so it's a balancing of both. So having little snacky things and then spending money on like drinks or breakfast, you know, real food instead of like junk food that you would eat anyhow, like cheese doodles, which I have some in the car. I don't actually know if they're called cheese doodles everywhere. I know that technically these are like gluten-free, all-natural Cheetos or something like that, but they're cheese doodles. They're either cheese balls or cheese doodles. Those are the only two options. I don't like the crunchy ones, so I'm gonna say that right now. Okay, the multiple mirrors is a little trippy, but I'm here. It was like a 4.5 hour drive, not bad at all. The fact that I crossed 5 state lines is still, I'm from a place where 4.5 hours in one state is a very doable thing. So it's very interesting just to drive straight and cross all these lines, because all the states on the East Coast are very tiny in some directions. They're usually longer than they are tall. But with that, I will see you later. So I am back in my room. Things that have happened. I have received my badge, which I wear around my hip because I hate neck hangers. My room has all my snacks, but I have seen friends pretty much every step of the way. Going anywhere takes way too much time. Everyone stops to say hello, and people are catching up because, well, what do you do when you get a bunch of LARPers in the Northeast in the same spot? Is you know a lot of people. So that's fantastic, that's amazing, that's great. And I've got about 10 minutes before a friend of mine is going to be waking up. I have a thing for them, and I also need to finish it. Yikes. I also need to work on my costume because I need to seam rip some words off of this hat. So I'm in the process of it right here. It says love yourself first originally, but I just wanted to say love yourself. So as you can see, the first part is almost halfway done. I just need to finish taking at it, and I have my little sewing shears for like thread cutting and a large seam ripper. I also have my tiny seam ripper, but yeah, so I'm about to probably take my pants off and just chillax, finish up these things. My game is not for another like 90 minutes, but I need to get dressed, so, and do makeup and all of that. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go, but it's the start of a very longer weekend. Hello y'all, I am off to Saturday night gay bar. This is the fit. Here are the shoes that I haven't put on yet. This is the top fit because underneath, underneath here is a shirt that says fuck your respectability politics. I've got a chain. It's a crop top. I will definitely post some more pictures when I get back because I'm running late. But here's the whole look with the shoes, of course. But yeah, this, and then a like men's tank top, crop top, only crop, says fuck your respectability politics, and a hat that says love yourself. And this is Jaden. I'm gonna grab my mask and I gotta go. I will see you when I come back. It is 11:35 a.m. I woke up a few minutes ago. There's my unmade bed. My first game and only game for today is at 1 p.m. It is also a very intimate, intense game. It's got 4 people and a GM. It's called Before the Ordeal, and it's based off of the ideas and inspired by Tamara Pierce's like entire tortural knighthood world. So that includes Alana and Kel. And yeah, I'm really excited, but I'm very tired. And this hair, as much as I love it, I don't. I hate the center part. It's too short. We're gonna change it, and we're gonna do it in the next hour, hopefully, because that game starts at 1, and I need to not be dressed, but be dressed. It sounds weird. I'll talk about it later, but I'm going to eat a scone, a banana, and then I'm gonna do my hair. And I think I'll let you see that, maybe a little time lapse. Yeah. And 40 minutes later, we have it. I'm about to put it up in the low way that I want to for, I think, the majority of this game. But yeah, I've got 20 minutes to be there. So it's not a far walk for me, and I don't have to worry about an elevator, thankfully. I'm on the same floor. But I do have to go because I need to get undressed and redressed. Mostly because I'm wearing a swimsuit for this LARP, but still gotta take off clothes, put on clothes, maybe do a little makeup, I don't know. So I was wrong. My game is actually at 2 p.m., not at 1 p.m. I lied to myself to get me productive, apparently. Even though the schedule's right there, I could've just looked at it. So I'm gonna review my character sheet and chillax after doing this hair. It's really cool, I really like them. They're faux locks that I twist install methodology with some Marley hair, which makes no sense to probably the majority of the folks. But I really like it for, doing it in 45 minutes. Did I forget all of the tools? Yes, I did. Did we make it work? Of course we did. And now I'm gonna put this back up because as much as I love this, I think it's nice when they're all kind of bundled together. Okay. Hello and welcome back. I am now dressed like a normal person because I have about 40 minutes until I actually have to go to the LARP, and I just checked my email for updates and stuff like that. The gamer is actually home sick, but their spouse is here to help run it. I'm very excited. I'm a little terrified. So right now I'm actually going in with my alcohol ink palette. This is one of the ones that I'm still in the process of testing before I recommend it. And I'm just gonna do my contouring, but instead of doing it in like powder or cream, I'm going to do it in alcohol inks because I will be getting wet in this LARP. So it's the whole thing, and like, what I'm doing right now is just trying to find a good blend for my contour here. And I will be blending all of this out. So yeah, this is my first Intercon, despite me knowing so many people here. This is my first one, but I've also been doing conventions for about the same amount of time that I've been LARPing. Not LARP conventions per se, but the convention scene. And there's some things that are very similar about them overall. The big one is don't forget self-care and try not to overschedule yourself so you can be flexible when cool opportunities arise. Which is why I have 4 LARPs scheduled, or 3 originally. The 4th one popped up last minute, and a friend of mine is the GM who's looking for one more person to kind of fill it out. And so now I'm doing that, which means I'm at 4, which is still, in my opinion, a reasonable number. Now there are some people who really come to Intercon to like go for it, and they'll play in every game slot, which I think I think you can play up to 8 games. Theoretically, I think there's technically you can play more depending on the particular schedule, but there's like in general 8 slots. So 2 on Thursday, 2 on Thursday, 4 on Friday, I think. 4 on Saturday, that's more than 8, Dan. And 2 on Sunday. Don't quote me on that. I also am the person who is signing up for 4-hour games, which take 4 hours, which is like 1.5 or 2 slots. I don't know how short. None of my games are short games. They're all long games. I'm only playing in 4-hour LARPs, because those were the ones that drew my interest. So that's what I'm playing in. But yeah, overall, I'm having like a good time. I'm not jamming. I think I'm going to actively push not to do stuff at Intercon, personally, because I never get to play LARPs anymore. I get to staff LARPs and write LARPs and work on LARPs, which I love. It's truly fantastic work, and I really enjoy it. However, that does mean that I never get to play in them. That's a little frustrating. So, this is a nice change of pace, if you will. Also, don't do what I do. Don't use alcohol makeup around someone's eye. I don't count as a person for when I say someone in this case, because this is my face, and the only person who has to suffer is me, and thus I will do what I want. But yeah, this is the kind of contouring that I would do with powder usually, but I'm using alcohol inks because I will be getting wet. So yeah, just kind of doing that. Mistakes were made. But yeah, so that's my experience so far. I don't have a roommate either. Lots of people split and share rooms. One of the nice things about being old is that you have more money, and obviously you can see that, like, I prefer to take a chiller time. I eat out less because I have snacks in the room. And that's also, like, kind of a vibe, because con food is expensive. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Which is fine. Most conventions have deals with So most conventions have some sort of deal with their host hotel about where outside food and drink can be brought, who can do what, and usually they have to pay for some sort of package. I've been on con staffs before on like that deep side. I've helped on conventions run the same way if they're hotel LARPs. So it's one of those things that, like, respecting that, but also at the same time I am a bit of a cheapskate, so also being like, cool, my room is here and they can't stop me, and they have a fridge in my room, and fantastic, amazing, wonderful. What I'm doing is I'm just blending out the contour, that's all. But yeah, this is, sorry, am I smiling and going for it today? Oop. No, I think I just got over contoured there. Oh. The fun part is once I put in alcohol ink, I will then actually, or like alcohol makeup, I will then actually then go moisturize my face, because as I go through this, it's really drying for the skin. And so yeah, just kind of going in, doing that, I'm also going to do my eyebrows with this very, very tiny little brush. But yeah, like, this is definitely not a traditional, like, cosplayer con vlog in any way, shape, or form. Definitely isn't taking that format, and I'm not really taking active time to vlog things because at a con, panels, and being a panelist, it's kind of different. LARPs are like an intensely personal, interpersonal relationship thing, and like there's a sense of trust, and also there's also this idea of like how things leave the space, like you kind of had to be there, which is why talking about LARP and showing LARP in a way that feels like it does when you're actually doing it is difficult, because of how much it is a full body visceral experience, and it's transitory. That's like the whole point, like the ephemeralness of it. And there's also just like lots of socialization. Last night I had a friend over and we just like hung out, caught up, because you know, it's hard to see people when we're all incredibly busy people with incredibly busy schedules, but like we're also friends, and so you know, it's finding new friends or making new friends, finding old ones. Some of my friends are got in this morning, so I'm hoping that I'll see them. But the one thing about doing a bunch of 4-hour LARPs is that it's hard to see your friends because they're all in 2-hour LARPs that are running in the times that you're not LARPing. And it's the same problem that we have in everyday life, which is I want to see my friends, but we're all incredibly busy. So it's like that sometimes. And all we can do is kind of like work at it, try to figure out what works for us as friends, and also, you know, what's gonna work with our lives. And so being able to get us all kind of in the place without having to logistically plan, which is one of the reasons why so often people see their friends only at LARP. Not because we don't love them, but because scheduling is hard. And if you're going to the LARP and I'm going to the LARP, then I will see you there and we'll hang out and stuff. I literally play a specific LARP, which I don't really actually play anymore, but like it's pretty much just my social time with my friends. In funny costumes, using different names. Like, yes, I do actually LARP there, but like a lot of the time it's chilling around a campfire or, you know, a table and just like vibing as people, which we could totally do, not in our funny clothes with our different names, but again, logistics are hard and it's hard to get everyone in one place at one time. And so when you kind of lean into the, well, I will see my friends at LARP portion of the day, well, it's easier to see your friends if you know they're gonna be there and you kind of go with it in intentionality, which, you know what, I'm all down for. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a little bit of red in, but I've gotta go actually because it's a thing, so I will finish it, but I'm wearing my lavender swim trunks for this LARP. That's what I'm wearing. Hello. I feel like I look like a party Dionysus, like vibes wise. Like, look at this. Look at this. Got my, this is my SCA pendant actually. So it's a Slavim, it's got natural stones and like rainbow colors. Got my pin that says cleverly disguised as a responsible adult, and a little glow-in-the-dark sword pin. This is not like my outfit for the LARP, I just need clothes to get there, because it takes place in a swimsuit. But here's my badge. I gotta go, I got like 10 minutes to be there. Bye! Okay, folks, I'm back from before the ordeal. What a game! James, who ran it, fantastic, amazing. It was an experience like no other, and it's definitely in my top 5 games I've ever played. It's such a co-creational based, and it's such a small group. It's just 4 players. But I'm very tired and I'm very hungry, so I'm gonna just go do that. Hello, it is 1. It is 3:19 in the morning. That time was not real. And instead of going to bed, I am about to 1, briefly look at my work email, and 2, start writing this LARP that I pitched as a joke on a walk with a friend. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it because I'm feeling in the mood. Oh, hold on, I have to log my work email. But yeah, writing shit. I've got my cheese noodles, a little liquid, and yeah, this is what I'm doing. I don't know what time I'm gonna go to bed. I've made plans with friends to get breakfast, not once but twice today. I'm gonna go get breakfast in the general dining place, and then we're gonna go to IHOP, and I love that for us. I'm like really refreshed at being able to like see my friends. It's been such a good kind of time. Yeah, I'm gonna check my work email real fast. So I don't really talk about a lot of the LARPs that I write because a lot of them don't ever make it out of thought/design phase. But like, I will say that like I have this little LARP. It's called. I made a joke about it while I was walking with a friend to get cigarettes late in the night. That's what I actually got back from, other than the parties as well. And she gave the title. I was like, oh, it's clearly this LARP, obviously. And so I'll just kind of drop the title, and it might not go anywhere, so don't look for this in the world, but it's called I'll Follow You, a partner LARP about linkage, longing, and loss. We were talking about sadness and melancholy and feeling emotions, and this one really, like, when she said I'll follow you anywhere, I was like, ooh. And like the idea of like, you know, like I'll follow you forever. We have stories of like, what is his name? The little bard boy. Anywho, yeah, and him, you know, who turns around trying to see if she's still there and loses her forever. You know, there's tons of, you know, lots of wedding vows are like, till death do us part. It's a very like common thing, and I think it can be really joyful and also very sad. And so I am like gonna, you know, just kind of lean into it. Also partner LARPs are kind of like in right now, so I'm gonna like write this, I don't know, like write this thing. You know, I don't think it's gonna be super fancy. It's like definitely an art house style. I've learned that I really think that that's where like my specialty lies as a writer, and that I should play into my strengths and write very specific kind of LARPs for very specific types of people, and that they can be little art house LARPs and all bundled together, and they can be just really there as a thing. I don't have to write blockbusters if I don't want to, and I don't have to run LARPs either. I don't know, I like being on staff, I like designing, I like sensitivity reading and consulting, but I don't know if I'm like fit to run LARPs. Like, I don't think I'm incapable. I just don't think it's a thing for me right now. And that's fine. I had to come to this through an interesting path. But like I said, I'm gonna write this a little heart to heart, if you will. I'm gonna write this, and then maybe, depending on what time it is when I finish, I will either go to breakfast or go to bed, or go to breakfast then bed, or breakfast. I have some stuff that I think I need to do. I have my Intercon schedule here actually. So here's Saturday's schedule. They print them out, so there's Friday, here's Saturday, and Monday, and Thursday and Sunday are on their own ones. I was gonna look at breakfast in the con suite, which starts at 8, but breakfast in the cafe dining thing starts at 6:30, so I'll probably just go there. And then there's a create LARPs for Fortune 500 companies at 11 a.m. that sounds like a scam. It legitimately feels like a scam, and so I feel like I have to go. I was gonna have a friend go and report back, but I'm not doing shit, so like go to that for, it's a 2-hour block, and I can always leave. But like do that, and then the next thing that I have to go to, JK Lowell's. I'm not even, this schedule is wrong. It's not wrong, I marked the wrong session of a game. I am not in the 2 o'clock run, I'm in the 5 o'clock run. So let me, I truly am like, I highlighted it, so I'm striking it out just so I don't accidentally go to the wrong one. I'm in the 5 o'clock run, which means from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. I don't have anything, which means I'll probably go get second breakfast with my friends. Yes, we've had first breakfast, but what about second breakfast? But I'm gonna kind of lean into this writing. So we'll leave you so I can have my cheese doodles and my grumpy writer time, and maybe I'll churn out some form of something interesting to share with my friend tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's way too early, but this is what happens when you sleep in and then you take another nap. Just having a chill time. It's so different from the way that I used to do cons, but I think it's a little more restorative overall. So with that, I will see you eventually. It is 7:15 in the morning, and I'm actually gonna go to bed. Night, y'all. Hello. It is 10:53 a.m. and I'm going to this, what I'm pretty damn sure is a scam. It's like write LARPs for Fortune 500 companies, but you know, gots to see it through. Hello, it is 1:30 in the afternoon. Just help someone with some hair last minute wig stuff, which I love being able to kind of contribute and do. I also went to IHOP with a friend for second breakfast. Well, we've already had first breakfast, but what about second breakfast? Which was really great to be able to have some like one-on-one time to catch up with my friends. I've been having those moments a few times throughout the con so far. It's really nice to get all the nerds, well not all of them, but a lot of them that I love in one spot. With less planning from an individual level. We're also all incredibly busy. I am now going to probably finish my Red Bull from this morning, afternoon, whatever, and go find a social space to chill, maybe go chill in the con suite. But yeah, that's about it. I need to figure out my hair for the job opportunity, and my makeup, and my overall look. But I know that I'm going to be wearing a mesh crop top and a blazer and the same pants and boots that I'm already wearing, so it's a pretty easy transition over. And the meeting place for that LARP is on the same floor that I'm on, and I have a specific time and I need to check my email for what time I'm supposed to be there. But yeah, I'm really excited overall about that one. So yeah, that's how it's going so far. It's been a relatively chill morning. I went to the "is this a scam" portion of the day. Is it a scam? Jury's still out. What it feels like is outsourcing the work to contractors and paying them a nominal fee. But I was just curious. I wasn't particularly interested. I make more money as a freelancer, and I get to put my name on things. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a moment, maybe put in some contacts, because I've been wearing my glasses, but it might be a contact day, who knows? We'll see. And decant my contacts for the werebear that I'm playing from the brand new container into some saline solution so that I can actually do it properly, instead of putting those nasty things in your eyes, which you're not supposed to do, kids. So yeah, with that, I'll let you go. A little check-in from me, and we'll see you before the job opportunity. Okay, the job opportunity is in like 10 minutes for my time. This is what I'm wearing. A little purple crop top, but a blazer over it, and then my boots and my jeans. Something a little sexy, but not too sexy. Okay, bye. Hello, I am back from the job opportunity. I'm already kind of doing prep for Monster Fuckers family reunion. I'm playing a werebear that's... It's at midnight. It's at midnight. They run till 11:30. I want a party. Oh. Okay. That's just me having internal thoughts about having to go to a LARP instead of going to a party. I will be also going to that party. I know for a fact that like people who are part of my LARP are going to that party, so that party will definitely still be happening when our LARP gets out. I am going to do a supply run for mixers, and I need to check the time my game started, which is at 12 a.m., which is a little bit from now. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna just get dressed for Monster Fucker family reunion and call it good, and just make my way out into the world. I'm gonna put on some different clothes, and yeah, the job opportunity, which is, and then all my friends were there. It was a very fun experience. I'm not supposed to talk about it, spoil the magic, but it's definitely a LARPers game, a LARPers game who know people who are in the thing. Comfortability with the other folks who are there is important. So LARPer game. Fuck, my bag's up there. I gotta go back. So, here I am, I got my bag. This is my outfit for Monster Fuckers family reunion. It's not actually for a little bit, I'm actually going on a supply run, but I look like a reasonable individual. You can see a little nose detail there, where it's just a little subtle, but it's black on the bottom because I'm a werebear. I thought it was kind of obvious, but I'm also pretty still. I'm very excited to see how this gameplay goes. It's written by one of my friends. I'm playing against some of my friends, so that'll be fun for me. But first, grocery store. It is 4 p.m. on the Sunday of Intercon. There's room divider breakdown, iron GMs are finishing up, but most of my friends are gone. I'll go to an ice cream party later tonight, but it's basically over. I'm still here. I am kind enough to give myself an extra day because I know how much I really enjoy Saturday night parties. I'm gonna be completely honest, I slept for about 3 hours last night, and when I say last night, I mean today, between the hours of like 9 and 11. I went to the Larpers of Color meetup at 11 a.m. That was very enjoyable. Small, I know there's more of us, but also 11 a.m. on a Sunday. I understand and respect that. And then, you know, hung out, socialized, had fun. It was nice. And yeah, you know, talking theory, talking shop one of the reasons why these are so important as community spaces, to be able to meet new people, but also to have these kind of conversations with people who are already base literate, so you can really dive deeper. I want to talk a little bit about my schedule at Intercon and the games that I played, and I've kind of reflected on some of the experiences already, but I want to kind of share that with you. So, okay, on Thursday night I played in Saturday Night Gay Bar. That was from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. It was a fantastic, fun game. Saturday Night Gay Bar by Alexi. I'll read the little description. It's Saturday night, the city's only gay bar, and tomorrow means the party's over. Rent's up, business is down, and queer people don't come to the bar like they used to. Progress or problem? You can bring your politics with you or forget about them for a few hours. Either way, don't miss the party. You might be closing up shop, but we're going out with style. There's something in the air tonight. You just know everything's going to be all right. There'll be sad moments and frustrating moments, but we'll make it through. People are going to find each other. Rifts are going to be healed. Communities brought together. Learning's gonna happen, and for once, nobody's gonna get too drunk. This is a story about queer melancholy and queer joy, about real lives and real situations, but on a night where there won't be any tragedies. It's a really, really fun game. I had a really enjoyable time. It has a pregame workshop, postgame debrief, calibration, and it was very fun to play. Quite a few of my friends were there, and it's one of those things where I went, oh, this was so nice for me. And Alexi, the game runner, is a friend, so it was really nice to go to it. And I still hold my friends up to expectations, and it was everything it said on the tin, and it was really good. On Friday, I played in Before the Ordeal. That was from 2 to 7 p.m. Yeah, that's right. That was by Jamie and Cypress. Jamie and Cypress. I'll read the whole thing. In Before the Ordeal, theirs will be a tight-knit cohorts of Spire proceeding together through the ritual baths in turn and experiencing visions of possible futures as they prepare to swear themselves to knighthood, or not. Character core motivations and conflict will be provided, but relationships and some character details and setting details will be established by players collectively, answering pre-written prompts immediately prior to play. The settings and scenario draw heavily on Tamara Pierce's Torchwell novels, and particularly The Song of the Lioness and The Protector of the Small series. Though the specific structures required of a knight are rather more demanding than those of Torchwell. The game structure draws heavily on Suvin Bajarmo's and Anne Kieran's Linder LARP, Athena's Chosen. It was so good. It was very good. Let me be very clear. It was a lot. It's just 4 people. It's 4 hours. It was a lot in a way that if you are really into evocative, emotional, close friendship, it's a good LARP to play. Jamie is willing to run it for anyone with, obviously care and consideration. And Jamie actually remotely called in for this one, and that was a whole thing. And it was still fantastic. The people I think that you play with really matter, and I got incredibly lucky with the folks that I did. On Saturday, I played in Reinhardt's playtest of The Job Opportunity. You need this job. You lost yours 6 months ago, and someone with your resume doesn't get many opportunities. The interview with Nine, a privately funded cybernetic startup, may be your only chance to avoid eviction. but their HR has said nothing about the position, and you know you can't be the only applicant. The job is a 3-hour theatrical LARP for 3 to 6 participants from Seeking Ship Creation. No sheets or background material will be provided prior to the LARP, and you will be onboarded in character. The entire experience is in role. Also, this is a playtest. Note, this is a playtest and a work in progress. Due to the nature of design, we cannot give any information about the experience not included in this description. However, players not comfortable with physical touch and/or sexual content should not sign up for this experience. Content warnings. The GM of this LARP has chosen not to include a content warning. If you have any questions, please email. Otherwise, player discretion is advised. I know Ryan. Personally. Hi, Ryan. It's exactly what I expected out of something like this, with that kind of thing. Lots of people had lots of feelings about it, but I had a really enjoyable time, and the enjoyability of that has to do with my comfortability with the folks who were in the space, and I think that's really important sometimes. But yeah, and then on Sunday at midnight, so Saturday going into Sunday, I played Monster Fuckers Family Reunion. My friend Halden is the writer, and I filled in this slot last minute this week when Halden was looking for someone to play this character. So I said yes, because I didn't have anything else to do. Young love. The excitement of falling, the rush of those early days, those days with the brush of a hand was the most thrilling thing in the world, where each kiss is a delightful moment that conjures fireworks, where the sound of their voice is all you want to hear. You may think this is a long-term thing, maybe forever. And so comes the jitter of meeting the family. It's perfectly natural. Except for when it isn't. See, you and your partner have a problem. One of you is a completely normal person from a perfectly normal family. You know, humans. And one of you is a literal fucking monster. In this version, we'll see several monster partners joining a group of humans for their family reunions. All the fun of introducing your family to your partner with the added complication of some of them not being human. It's a game about like family dynamics, and I had a really good time. It was kind of perfect to wrap up my LARPing experience at Intercon. It was lighthearted and funny, and that has to do also with like the calibration that the players do with each other in their own little family unit inside of the big family reunion. And we really leaned into the absurd as a group. We were a very modern family with the internet and drugs and the like my mom smokes weed that my brother grows in the shitty basement kind of way. And it was so fun to have the lighthearted explanation of being like, yes, I'm a werebear. Actually, I'm dating your daughter, and this is our boyfriend. Yes, we're all dating each other. Yes, we're a throuple, that whole thing. And for my particular group, we really leaned into the, yeah, you're dating a non-human, whatever, the throuple though. And it was really enjoyable for me. So I really had a good time. Some other things that I did, I went to the Larpers of Color meetup. That was super fun to meet other Larpers of Color here. I also went to the trans and non-binary meetup, which was also fun. I went to parties, I hung out with friends, and I had all of the other things associated with the convention experience, which I will leave for your own mind's eye to imagine. And with that also comes melancholy, as every good thing must come to an end. So much to Intercon U. But I have full plans on being back here next year, and maybe I'll run something. Maybe I'll write something. Maybe I'll have a roommate. Probably not. But this experience was really exciting, and I'm glad that I was able to come and experience it. Yeah. And of course, this wouldn't be possible without you all. Like, thank you so much for helping me get here. Your support lets me do stuff like this. Where else can you say that we had a really fun time talking about the mechanical and emotional requirements for running torture scenes? Not as like a pre-scheduled event, but something that happened over coffee as we were waiting for the day to pass on. Can't have that stuff everywhere, and it's conversations that really should be had sometimes. And I think that the shared knowledge and acquisition together really do make us better overall. And I was really happy to do it. So with that, I will sign you off of this crack con vlog, if you will. Or what is one, since technically speaking, I don't think you ever left this room. This is more of a con room vlog, but I might actually like do these? I don't know. Do you like it? Stay safe. Stay hydrated. And just remember, I'm a Larper. Just darker.